Hey guys, welcome to BrickVault. My name is Mike and today we have our another weekly MOCs update video. But first about the yesterday's video. I was having fun, alright? And I love Batman, don't get me wrong. Anyway, I have 10 MOCs for you. I'll be showing them from my least favorite to my most favorite one. And at the end of the video, I will show off some of your creations that you have submitted to our fun email. Without further ado, let's just get started with this first MOC.
And as always guys, links to all those beautiful creations can be found in the video description below. And this first one here is called Gundam Barbaros by Dennis Q. Now we've seen a number of cool battle robots recently, and this one is no different. As even the designer says, this is kind of a cute build. He was complaining that he couldn't build anything cute, so he made the robot in pinky white colors. But do not get fooled, this guy, or gal maybe, has a massive sword as a Gundam is supposed to have, and looks quite intimidating. It uses the snot building technique a lot, that means we do not see many studs on the build. Everything looks pretty slick, yet very detailed. And of course the Gundam can pose in many different ways. Every limb is perfectly movable, and of course he can carry his massive sword on his back. You can definitely tell that awesome robot builds in LEGO will never end. I just hope we'll keep finding original gems just like this one. So if you are into massive sword building robots, go ahead and check out the creator's Flickr page, because as expected he has a lot of other cool builds. And speaking of swords, or more particularly sabers, this next MOC by Taylor Walker is at least double as epic. It is the darksaber from Star Wars Rebels series. That is a new concept for a lightsaber with dark glowing core, and it actually looks more like a sword. This thing is life-sized. You can see Taylor holding this thing and even swooshing it around in a short clip, which just means that the build is very sturdy. It is strong enough so you can hold it at any angle without any issues, and you can swing it around moderately, just don't go too hard on it. I would say that for a LEGO build that's a pretty good result. One more cool part about the lore of the darksaber that I just found out is that it is quite ancient and was built by the first Mandalorian to become a Jedi. So there is always something new you can learn about the Star Wars universe. And as always, for more cool builds, check out the designer's Flickr page, because he designed some really cool drones, and I think I even saw a life-sized Captain America shield. Mike approves. But enough with pointy things, this next MOC is a vehicle. It is called UFO SHADO Shadow by Norton74. That is an armored personal carrier from a 1970s British television science fiction show called UFO. As you may guess, it was about an alien invasion on Earth. The Shadow, which stands for Supreme Headquarters Alien Defense Organization, well, catchy 70s name I guess, was an entity established to defend Earth and humanity against the mysterious aliens. According to the lore of the show, they used high-tech hardware, vehicles, and other cool stuff to implement a layered defense of the planet. According to the designer, this is one of the ground units of Shadow. It is pretty detailed. Color theme is mostly blue, reminds of the classic LEGO space. Kind of a bulky vehicle, but you can expect that being based on a very old TV show. And I just like the nicely flushed out interior. Everything seems to be in place. There is plenty of space for 3 crew members, as we have the commander, driver and radio operator. The vehicle also has a bubble canopy to spot anything around the perimeter. There's even a front hook, an antenna, and a twin-seated cockpit. Personally, I always appreciate simple but very well designed sets. And this one just proves the talent of Norton74. Pretty cool. And with those next 2 builds, I would have to ask the question, do you have enough of the LEGO Batman movie yet? Well, I hope not, because this one is another LEGO Batman movie build. It is called The Dream Batcave by Alan Bohr. And despite the fact that we are getting pretty much LEGO Batman movie overload right now, you have to appreciate this set for creativity and amazing approach to LEGO building. This is actually a scene. At the bottom of this display, you can see a kiddo in his Batman pajamas. There's even his sister probably on the bed in a Batgirl suit. And the small kiddo is dreaming of Batman. So everything above this small build for a room is this cartoonish cloud with a dream inside. That is very creative. Not only it is an amazingly colorful build, it cleverly includes pretty much all the Batman suits that you can see in any pretty much Batman set, including the collectible minifigs. You can see along the rainbow that every costume is on his colored background. Scuba Fairy Batman, there's even the Catman, and Robin on a green background. Right above there is Glam Metal Batman and Cave Batman with Bruce Wayne and Alfred. The villains are flying along, with Joker, Harley Quinn, the Penguins, the Harriet, everyone is in here. That is such a cool display piece that I really don't mind showcasing it. All in all, everything is Batman right now. Thank you Alan Bohr for that creative build. Hey, but don't go out yet, because this next one is also a Batman set. This is the Batman Creativity Training Room by user nicknamed DVD. This one is not as colorful as the previous one, but it depicts a funny scene between Batman and Alfred. According to the description, this is a moment when Alfred discovers what Batman's creativity room is all about. And it turns out to be a mini model or Lego building room, where Batman was training his creativity skills after he got a role in the, guess what, new Lego Batman movie. That's a pretty cool concept. You can see some micro vehicles on the shelf. There is the Tumbler, probably the Batmobile as well. I think that is the Batwing from the Dark Knight movies at the very top. And on the table you can see the build for Jokerland. The build is not as meticulously detailed as any other builds I have seen, but it has some clever use of good pieces here and there, and it tells a lot just by displaying this scene. So in my opinion, that is just another style of building in Lego. A build that can tell a story, I would say. Very fun, but enough with the Batman sets for now, I promise. And to keep the promise, let's show off this beautiful Ferrari Testarossa, a classic car from the 80s by Ryan Link. I guess every single one of these MOCs episode will display some car, because I'm a big car lover, that's why. And this is another beautiful model to drool over. You can see it is a pretty much studless build, amazingly cut shape of this classic car. It was one of those Ferraris you were always wanted to have as a kid, right? I think I even had a Matchbox or Hot Wheels Ferrari Testarossa for that matter. But anyway, back to the build. Anything that is supposed to be movable in the car can be moved, opened. The interior is fully flushed out. The license plate even says Redhead, that is a pretty cool touch. And overall, as with one of the previous builds from our previous episode, you can almost launch a synthwave soundtrack while driving this thing. Or at least have, I don't know, David Hasselhoff driving it. A beautiful car, and the designer Ryan seems to be a huge Ferrari lover. Cause if you see his Flickr page, you can see that he has models for such beauties as Ferrari 150 Italia, it's a Formula 1 car, along with a truck to transport it. He even has a beautiful model for Ferrari F12 Berlinetta and Ferrari Enzo. Just wow. And with this next build or builds, we are keeping the count of wheels on 4. I mean, we have 2 motorcycles. This is the BMW R80 RT Diamond Atelier Gold Edition and Harley Davidson V-Rod Custom by Andre Pinto. This is a designer we showcased previously with his Harley Davidson Police motorcycle, and man, he just keeps building awesome stuff. I know Jack is a big fan of motorcycles, so I'm gonna show him these builds when he comes back, but for now, my own opinion is that I may become a fan when I see such awesome MOCs. Andre is a very talented builder. Every single one of his motorcycles is a piece of art. There is nothing much else here to say. The BMW even has brick stuff lights to make it look even fancier in the dark. Overall, I feel really astonished by those builds. I am not a professional on anything about motorcycles, to be honest. I just find them to be beautiful machines, and these builds go with that feel about motorcycles together very well. And honestly, I think those 2 bikes do not make the justice for this designer, as his Flickr page is full of really high quality stuff. He has so many of them that you just have to check them out. You won't be disappointed. And we are getting close to the top of the list with 3 remaining MOCs for this week. And the moment I saw this one, I instantly knew I need to get it. This is the Ultimate Collector Series scale UD4L Cheyenne dropship from Aliens movie. That's right, that is the big boy that landed with the Colonial Marines during the LV-426 moon investigation mission. The design by Daniel Schlamp is just beautiful. And if you want to build this great vessel, you can purchase the instructions directly from the builder. You can find the links in the video description below. But back to the build, I mean, just look at it. You can just feel this firepower. It even has retractable missile pods, along with some heavy armament on the sides too. Beautiful shaping for the tail, along with the engines. Generally, it is not a very big build, so I guess it might be easy to actually assemble. And I think this is a great example for using just the right pieces for just the right shapes. And you can definitely tell that Daniel is a big fan of aliens as well as I am, because not only he designed this Cheyenne dropship, on his Flickr page you can also find a small build for the cargo loader that Ellen Ripley used against the Alien Queen. Oh wait, and there is also the Colonial Marines APC. So with Daniel's help you can build the entire aliens diorama by your own. But let's go back to Earth to actually a cartoonish town of Zootopia. I really loved this animated movie, and that is why I love those builds from Sheo. Because this is the police meter Maid card, along with two main characters from the movie, Judy and Nick Wilde. But let us focus on the card first, because this is a fully functional Technic build. That's right, the creator Sheo even supplied a video showcasing all the features of this cool MOC. That means we have fully independent suspension with an easy access to battery box, the vehicle is remotely controlled, it drives, it steers, you have even a 4-speed sequential gearbox and a working windscreen wiper. That is quite amazing, I have to say. There is also a switch for the headlights, and you can rotate the police lights at the top of the vehicle. How much you have to be into the movie to create such cool thing? I personally liked it, and that is why I supported this project, because it is right now on the Ideas website. You can find the links and click that support button because this one deserves it. And also, as I mentioned, Sheo created both characters from the movie as big buildable figs. Judy and Nick are also submitted to LEGO Ideas, and both the card and the characters are gaining support quite nicely. So what are you guys waiting for? Support those projects. Alright, and are you ready for this? Because to top off our MOCs list for this week, we have something truly epic. Because, and I will say that with all honesty, that is a MOC that is supposed to land in the UCS series of Star Wars right away, no design changes, no questions asked. This is the UT-60D U-Wing in UCS form by Mirko Soppelsa. And for a second I was just shocked by this build. So let me just put some music and show you the pictures, just look at it. Simply out of words. There is a beautiful ship. You can even see a picture when it is standing next to the Y-Wing and the Red 5 X-Wing from the UCS series. It just belongs there. This is the most impressive U-Wing in LEGO I have ever seen. I am surprised that Mirko was able to design it so close to the movie release. The details, the shaping, everything works. If LEGO was ever to break a rule for licensed ideas set not to pass the review stage, I would say they should break it with this model. Serious LEGO, just call Mirko and tell him, your model is our next UCS for Star Wars. Pretty much there is nothing much I can do here. And if LEGO doesn't do that, some awesome news for you and me guys is that Mirko is working on instructions along with parts list, and as he mentioned somewhere on his Flickr page, those should be available somewhere in late March. I just put this MOC on top of my bucket list for future Bricklink orders. Thank you Mirko for this amazing U-Wing. Seriously just makes the official U-Wing set look like a toy. And that's it guys, those are the top 10 MOCs for this week. Honestly, I think I could have just been talking about the U-Wing for 15 minutes, it's so amazing. And I hope you really liked this episode. And now it is time to show off what you guys sent in. Again, as a reminder, we are getting tons of MOCs. Please follow the rules that have been set up for sending in your MOC submissions. The rules are simple and clear, you can find them in the video description below. Because unfortunately we will have to start deleting some emails not following those rules. But do not get discouraged, send your MOCs, and if everything is okay they will be displayed in our weekly videos as the ones that are coming right now. Cue the music.